Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today I want to talk to you guys about a few different things, namely iOS 8.1, jailbreaking, the future of jailbreaking on iOS 8, and upcoming iPad models. First of all, to preface, I need to say something important. If you look at the title as well as at the description of this video and even the thumbnail, you'll notice that this is merely a jailbreak update video. This is neither a tutorial nor am I claiming that it is one. Alright, and to preface, opening Safari, if you happen to miss my most recent jailbreak update video, I highly recommend watching it first as this video builds upon that one. So, prior to watching this video, again, check out my previous update video. I will have a link to that below, as well as on the screen now if you're on the desktop version of YouTube in an annotation form. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start by talking about iOS 8.1. Now, this is an article on Evasion Jailbreak, a news site, and I will have it linked to down below in the more info, as well as everything discussed in this update video. And before transitioning on to discuss the new iPad models, earlier, yesterday, following Apple's recent release of both iOS 8.1 Beta 1 and iOS 8.0.2, the company seeded the second beta iteration of 8.1 to those enrolled through Apple's official iOS developer program. Now, the latest firmware, which is also available for immediate download via the company's developer center, boasts a revised build number of 12B407, but that's not really what we're too concerned with. Interestingly, like its predecessor, 8.1 Beta 2 offers less improvements over 8.0.2. Further solidifying the theory that there may be additional beta iterations prior to the final version intended for public release. In fact, 8.1 Beta 2's changelog carries little weight over that of its predecessor, suggesting that the majority of said changes are likely bug fixes. Furthermore, the aforementioned point also seems to indicate that there likely aren't any additional security fixes present in 8.1 Beta 2, which in turn means that the forthcoming update likely won't patch any of the iOS 8 vulnerabilities that the evaders and/or Pangu have discovered thus far and are planning on implementing into their imminent untethered iOS 8 through 8.0.2 jailbreak and likely 8.1 utilities. Now, by way of explanation, any jailbreak tool released for iOS 8 will likely jailbreak 8.1 completely untethered, in addition to functioning on, supporting, and jailbreaking iOS 8.0.2. Now, as confirmed by way of iOS 8.1 Beta 2's release notes, the updated beta firmware mostly rectifies bugs related to HealthKit, iCloud, iCloud backups, iCloud Drive, third-party keyboards, Notification Center, the phone app, photos, and provisioning profiles and WebKit for developers. Having said that, although the latest build is significantly more stable than 8.1 Beta 1 and offers additional features, or features should I say, mostly SMS forwarding for continuity with OS X Yosemite, the changelog for iOS 8.1 Beta 2 still makes no mention of security fixes nor that of Apple Pay integration, suggesting that the latter of the two may be reserved for the firmware's public release. Now, while there may not be an excess of information surrounding how 8.1 will inevitably affect jailbreaking at this stage in development, given the fact that iOS 8.1 Beta 2's changelog is rather meager, it's both likely and probable that the next untethered jailbreak utility from either the evaders or Pangu will be entirely capable of jailbreaking 8.1, provided that the teams exercise restraint and wait to release their jailbreak utility until the firmware is made available to the public. And as a minor side note, it was suggested last week that in addition to iOS 8.1, both iOS 8.2 and 8.3 are in active development and testing stages at Apple. This could pose a problem in the future though, once an iOS 8 jailbreak utility is released, as we'll receive more iterations of the latest major iOS release this year than we have for the past 3 years. Neither iOS 5, 6, nor 7 received updates beyond X.2. Now, I will provide additional details for you guys on that front at a later point in time. Also, while it may not seem like it, given the previously mentioned statement, this is actually a fantastic time for jailbreakers, seeing as both Pangu and the evaders are racing against one another, and it appears as though 8.1 is on schedule for a release significantly earlier than the firmware's iOS 7 corresponding predecessor, iOS 7.1, which wasn't officially released until March 10th. And finally, on this topic, I will definitely have additional information and details pertaining to how iOS 8.1 may or more likely may not, influence the forthcoming jailbreak in a negative way in the days and weeks to come. So just be sure to stay tuned. If you aren't already subscribed, then I highly recommend doing so now, and you can do that simply by clicking on the subscribe button next to my name down below if you're on the main page for this video, or you can simply go to my channel and hit the subscribe button there. Now let's actually talk about iPads, because that's another key point, and it will definitely factor into the next Untethered Jailbreak, seeing as the evaders have waited for iPad models to be released prior to issuing both the iOS 6 original evasion jailbreak utility and the subsequent iOS 7 evasion 7 jailbreak that functioned on iOS 7.0 through 7.0.6. So let's talk about iPads really quick. So this year has been a rather interesting one for Apple enthusiasts. First, nearly every detail surrounding the iPhone 6 was leaked. Secondly, Apple has released two incredible iPhone models, the 4.7-inch iPhone 6 and the 5.5-inch iPhone 6 Plus. However, when it comes to the second generation iPad Air, the 6th generation full-sized iPad, and the 3rd generation iPad mini, rumors have been sparse at best. Furthermore, most of the aforementioned rumors that have actually hit the news circuit likely aren't based on legitimate leaked intel, hence the lack of coverage on Best Tech Info, my site. Thankfully though, the rather peculiar absence of rumors is about to become irrelevant. This morning, as first publicized by The Loop, Apple has begun issuing invitations to the company's now confirmed October 16th media event. Those looking to purchase new iPad models will likely be in for a treat. Now, the tagline for the new October invitation reads as follows, quote, "It's been way too long." Historically, Apple has cleverly utilized their invitations to mask some aspects of the forthcoming events in vague and cryptic messages. Without reading too much into the company's latest invitation though, it's certainly possible that either the Mac Mini, iPod Touch, Apple TV, or a combination of the three products that have gone the longest without any notable refreshes could definitely be highlights of the event. However, we'll have to wait until October 16th to know for certain what the company has planned. Having said that, while last month's September 9 media event will be a tough act to follow, seeing as Apple unveiled the iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, Apple Watch, and Apple Pay, next week's event may play host to a number of unveilings as well. In addition to likely showcasing the iPad Air 2 and the iPad Mini 3, Apple is expected to also reveal an iMac with a Retina equivalent resolution, detail OS X Yosemite or OS 10.10, and possibly refresh the Mac Pro, as well as unveil any of the three products that I mentioned when going over the invitation's tagline. Now, as for the event itself, it will be held in Apple's own Town Hall Auditorium on the company's headquarters in Cupertino, California, and will commence at 10 a.m. Pacific time on October 16th. So, like I previously mentioned when going over the end portion of the jailbreak news, the next Untethered utility may very well be contingent upon new iPad releases, because in the past, again, the evaders have waited for all new iOS devices to be released prior to issuing a utility. So now that the new iPad models are upon us, and it looks like we may see 8.1 released to the public sooner this year than, again, the firmware's corresponding iOS 7 counterpart being 7.1, which wasn't issued until March, it's definitely likely that we will see a utility relatively soon. Of course, though, I will keep you guys fully updated on the status of everything along the way. Also, I wanted to answer a question that I did go over in the most recent episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors, but I'm still being asked it. It's whether I should update to iOS 8.0.2, knowing that I'm interested in an iOS 8 untethered jailbreak in the future. Now, that answer actually depends on your current situation. If you're jailbroken on iOS 7 through 7.1.2, then definitely don't update unless you're more interested in the additional features iOS 8 has to offer. However, if you are currently on iOS 8.0 or 8.0.1, if you happen to upgrade to the short-lived firmware, then definitely upgrade to iOS 8.0.2, as there's no going back to iOS 7.1.2 to jailbreak using Pangu. You're effectively stuck on iOS 8.0 or up, and you have to wait until either the evaders or Pangu release their next Untethered Jailbreak utility to, again, fully jailbreak and unrestrict your device. So that's incredibly important, and you guys need to understand that if you want to update to iOS 8, you will effectively lose your jailbreak if you're coming from iOS 7, and you will be locked out of your jailbreak until the next one is officially released. All right, and that's it for this video. I hope it helped you guys. If it did and you're interested in winning an all-new iPhone 6, and the giveaway actually concludes this week, by the way, just be sure to rate this video up and leave a relevant comment down below in the comment section. If you don't know what to leave in the comment section, try letting me know what your favorite Cydia tweak is. And you'll also need to download Free App Life, which is a requirement, by visiting bit.ly/getfreeapplife or freeapplife.com inside of Safari. After hitting download, press the home button, open the app, and if you're on iOS 8, download the temporary secure profile, which is strictly used for associating your device with its proper account in a more secure manner on the latest firmware. It's never even installed on your device, as it's immediately deleted once your account has either been created or reassociated. After that, simply download sponsored apps for points and refer friends. Each download and each referral counts as one entry. Points can then be used for various prizes, including paid apps, gift cards, and electronic devices. All right, again, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you want to be updated more often, just be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, add me in one of your circles inside of Google+, follow me on Instagram at ICUID, and subscribe to my secondary YouTube channel at youtube.com/ICUID. I'll definitely have full coverage for you guys along the way on the status of the next jailbreak, and I'll also be the first to provide an in-depth and detailed tutorial once a utility is officially released. So until next time, this is ICU, signing out.